Okay, we'll start with this. So now we'll go to the BPSK receiver. So transmitter part we have already seen. Now we think about the BPSK receiver. Now what is the BPSK transmitter? So if you think about an BPSK transmitter, it is a modulator where the input is your modulating signal, that is your digital signal. So modulating signal, suppose M of t is the input signal and the second signal is its carrier. Second is your carrier. So two inputs are applied to the modulator or the BPSK transmitter, we can say. Okay, so carrier is there and the output is your BPSK. Output is your BPSK. Okay. Now we also derived the output expression for this BPSK. This is the transmitter or modulator, we can call it. Transmitter with modulator, we can call it. So this is the BPSK. So this BPSK signal we have already derived yesterday the expression. The expression goes as B of t, amplitude of your carrier, that is E, suppose cos of omega ct. Okay, so this B of t has two values. This B of t is equal to positive value, or we can say plus 1. So plus 1 multiplied with this, so this will make this signal positive, or B of t can have a negative value. So when B of t will be positive when logic 1 is the modulating input to the modulator, or logic 0 is the logic, then it will be negative. Okay, so putting this B of t positive and negative make this whole signal positive and negative. Okay, so it is just define the polarity of the signal. This B of t defines the polarity of signal, and the polarity of signal depends on whether the input bit is logic 1 or logic 0. Okay, so now if I want to design an receiver, BPSK receiver, that will receive this BPSK signal, what I want at the output is the modulating signal, that is your M of t. And what is M of t here? It is logic 1 or 0 in the BPSK case. Okay, so this M of t is the form of your digital signal. We can call it as 1011 like this. Okay, so first, what will be the input to the transmitter? The one bit will be input to the transmitter, and output of for a given bit interval for a period of time tb. Suppose this is the time tb for which this signal is present. So this is the bit interval time of your modulating signal. Digital signal is always represented by bit interval time tb. Suppose this signal is represented by time tb, then what will happen is in this bit interval tb, okay, this signal when the input logic is modulating signal is 1 for logic 1, this signal will be positive. This signal will be positive, it will be plus. Okay, positive signal. When the input will be negative, sorry, logic 0 to this BPSK signal, the BPSK signal is negative in that given bit interval. Now what BPSK receiver has to do now is it has to only observe this BPSK signal for a given bit interval TB. It will observe this BPSK signal for a given interval TB, and by observing this signal, what it has to observe? It has to only observe whether this signal is positive. If it is positive in this bit interval TB, it will give the decision in favor of logic 1. It will give the decision in favor of logic 1. If it is observed, if it observes that the signal is negative, then it will give the decision in logic 0. So simple as that. It has to only detect the polarity of this input signal. Now how to detect the polarity of the input signal? Very simple. We have to get its value or its magnitude or amplitude in a bit interval TB. So it has to just detect the amplitude. So this signal is varying with respect to time t. So it has to detect the value of the signal or the amplitude of signal between interval 0 to TB. It has to observe a signal for the given bit interval 0 to TB. This B of t, A of cos omega tt. So you have to just observe this signal, and by observing this signal for a bit interval 0 to TB, it has to detect whether it is logic 1 or logic 0. So it will get an integration. So integration will add all the values of this signal in that bit interval TB, and then it can take it division by TB. Then if you divide it by TB, what we'll get is the signal value, whether it is positive or negative. So simple, it will just observe whether this value comes, integration value comes to positive or negative. If the output of this integration is positive, then it will take the decision in favor of logic 1, and if the output of the integration is 0 or the negative, sorry, then it will get the decision in favor of 0. So this is your BPSK receiver. Now you see the working of BPSK receiver, various part in BPSK receiver. Now this BPSK receiver is a synchronous receiver. Synchronous receiver means, or we can say it is a coherent receiver. Coherent receiver means it has to extract the carrier from the modulating signal, and then only it can go for the demodulation process. So it requires the extraction of carrier. It requires a carrier for this demodulation process. What process I have just explained you, it requires this carrier to be extracted. This carrier A cos of omega ct should be extracted from this B of t, or the your BPSK signal. So carrier extraction, when there is a carrier extraction at the receiver, then that detection is called as a coherent detection. If there is no carrier extraction at the receiver, then the detection is called as a non-coherent detection. So in this case, your detection is a coherent detection. Your detection is a coherent detection, means your carrier is extracted at the receiver side. So how this carrier is extracted, we'll see what blocks are used for the carrier extraction, and after carrier extraction, how the signal is demodulated. So this is what we have to see. We have just seen the BPSK generation. Now we'll see the BPSK detection or the BPSK receiver, how it works. Okay. So if you see the carrier extraction circuit, so BPSK signal is transmitted by the transmitter. So that BPSK signal will come at the receiver. So if you see this BPSK signal at the receiver, we'll call it as B of t A cos of omega ct. So this is the representation of BPSK signal we have just seen. But this signal goes under and some phase change due to the channel, because this signal travels through the communication channel, and as it travels through the communication channel, there is some phase change introduced in the signal due to this communication. Its phase is varied according to the communication channel. So the received signal is BPSK change with some phase difference than the original BPSK transmitter. What was the original BPSK transmitter? BT A cos of omega ct. At the transmitter side, BT A cos of omega ct was transmitted. But as the signal passes through your communication channel may be your wireless channel or wired channel, your signal goes under the phase change. And that phase change is noted here as an phi, value of phi with this signal. So this is the signal at the transmitter side. So it goes through the channel, and when it goes through the channel, it adds written phase change phi. Okay. Now this signal is first given to your carrier extraction circuit. So in the carrier extraction circuit, the first circuit is a squaring circuit. There is a squaring circuit. So raised to power, we can say squaring circuit. Okay. So what is the use of this squaring circuit? Obviously, squaring circuit will square the input signal. So it will just square this input signal. So what will be the output of this squaring circuit? it will be the squaring of this. We'll just uh, neglect this because it is related with the amplitude. So we'll just consider the interest of thing that is changing with time, that is cos of omega ct. This is just an amplitude of signal, right? B of t, what it denotes? It denotes the polarity, whether it is positive or negative. And a is constant. A is the amplitude of your carrier or your BPSK signal, and it is constant. So there is no variation. So this is a constant signal. We'll just in the further what consideration, we'll just neglect it for some time and then we'll consider it again if required. So what this is an input to the input signal, sorry, squaring circuit. So what this squaring circuit is, obviously it will square this signal. So the output of squaring circuit is cos square of omega ct plus phi. Phi is the phase change introduced due to the communication channel. So that is the first device at the receiver side where the input signal of your BPSK signal is given to the BPSK demodulator or receiver. So this will be the output of your squaring circuit. After this squaring circuit, the signal is given to your band pass filter. So band pass filter, what it will do is, it has a center frequency to twice fc. So its band pass is equal to twice fc. So it will only pass the signal that is having a frequency, or the signal components that are having a frequency center around fc, that is the carrier frequency. Suppose this is the carrier signal, then it will pass the signal that is centered around plus fc and minus fc. So this is your plus fc and this is our minus fc. So it will allow the signal to pass only between these two paths. So what is the effect of this? This band pass filter is used to reduce the DC component in the signal. So as it passes the frequency only between minus fc to fc, and your DC signal is having some frequency nearer to zero frequency, means DC signal, no? So this is the frequency axis, suppose. Then here, this is the signal located here. This is the band pass of your band pass filter. So it will pass only this signal and it will reject all this signal before this. This signal before this it is rejected, and this signal for our consideration, it is called a DC signal or a signal nearer to the zero frequency. If this is the frequency axis, if we consider this is a frequency axis, it will pass only this component and it will reject this component. Okay, this band pass filter. Now we have to identify the DC component in this part. So this cos square of omega ct, it is written as, how it can be written as in terms of your DC component. This cos square of omega or cos square theta, if you go for trigonometry, it is written as 1/2 of cos of 2 theta. So it is written as 1/2, it is written as, what we get, what is the trigonometry for cos square of theta? It is 1 plus, yes, 1 plus cos of 2 theta. I am writing in trigonometry that we have to use here. So its trigonometry goes like this: cos square theta, you just recall your 12th trigonometry. Cos square theta can be written as 1 plus cos 2 theta, 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2, upon 2. The same here, this can be written as cos square okay, it can be written cos square omega ct plus phi can be written as 1 plus cos of 2 theta. Now here theta is, in our case, is in 2 times of what? Omega ct plus phi, omega ct plus phi, omega ct plus phi upon 2, upon 2. So this is the trigonometry. If we separate it out, then it will be 1/2 plus 1/2 cos of 2 omega CT plus 5. Okay, so this is the signal that is generated at the input of your band pass filter. So that is just an version of this cos square of omega CT plus 5. Okay, so what it is done is it will not allow this one half that is having a DC frequency. It is a constant signal nearer to your zero frequency. As I have explained before, it will not allow this signal, this one half signal, to pass through this band pass filter. It will only allow this signal to pass. This only allow this signal to pass. So the outputs of band pass filter will be cos of 2 in bracket omega CT plus 5 omega CT plus 5 upon 2 upon 2, right? So this will be the output of band pass filter. So it has removed this DC component. This DC component is removed by this band pass filter. Okay, then the output is given to divided by frequency 2 divider. So this output is given to divided by 2 frequency. So it will divide this frequency of cos of 2 omega CT plus theta by 2. So when we divide this by 2, what we'll get is the output is your carrier, where the signal will be 1 half cos of omega CT plus 5. It is only omega CT plus 5. So what it has done, it has removed this two part. If you see, it has removed this two component. It has divided this frequency, right? So it has removed this two component from the input signal. Okay. So that is the what is the use of your frequency divider. So this frequency divider output is just cos of omega CT plus 5 if you neglect this amplitude 1 half. Okay, and what is this? This is your carrier. Now you can say this is the amplitude of this carrier. You can carry with this and we can join with this. But here what we are interested, this is the carrier. What we want to get the phase of the carrier. Not, we are not interested in getting the amplitude of the carrier at the receiver side. For demodulation purpose, we have to get this phase of the carrier. So we have regenerated the carrier at the receiver side, and these three blocks are used for regeneration: squaring circuit, band pass filter, and divided by 2 network. Squaring circuit just square your input signal. Band pass filter removes the DC component, and divided by 2 network divides the frequency by 2 to get our carrier at the receiver side. Okay, so this carrier regeneration circuit is used at the receiver side, and then this carrier regeneration circuit output, that is your carrier, that is the carrier regenerated at the receiver side, is given to your demodulator. It's given to your demodulator. In this demodulator, what we have, that we'll see, but first you have to understand it is given to your demodulator, and the second input to demodulator is your BPSK signal. So you do not have to forget this BPSK signal. Now this BPSK signal is processed in this branch, but the processing in this branch is not to demodulate the signal. It is just the carrier extraction or the carrier regeneration at the receiver side. The demodulation generally takes place in this block, demodulator, and the output of this should be your M of t or your modulating signal. Okay, so demodulator output is your modulating signal or your M of t. So what is the input to the demodulator? The first input to the demodulator is your carrier, that is regenerated at the receiver side, and the second input is your BPSK signal. So using these two signal, that is your BPSK signal and carrier, this BPSK signal and carrier, your BPSK receiver will regenerate the modulating signal. And what is your modulating signal? The digital signal used for modulation. The digital signal used for modulation. So that as simple as that. So first we have to regenerate the carrier using three blocks at the receiver side, and then we have to demodulate the BPSK signal. Now in this demodulation, what blocks are there? During the discussion only, what I said, demodulator have to detect only whether the signal is positive or negative at the receiver side. If the signal is positive, then take the decision in favor of 1, that is m of t value will be 1, and if it is negative, take the decision in favor of 0, that is m of t value will be logic 0. So what is there? There is very simple. In this demodulator, the first block is your integrator and the second block is your decision device. The second block is, only two blocks are there, integrator and decision device. Integrator will integrate the output, this multiplied signal, that is multiplied signal of your BPSK. So input to this is an multiplication of this BPSK into your regenerated carrier. Okay. So this is called as coherent detection, where we require to get the carrier at the receiver side. So the input to integrator is BPSK multiplied by carrier. So that is the input to integrator, and integrator will operate for a period of 0 to TB for a bit interval TB, and the output of integrator will be either positive or negative. If the output of integrator is positive, then decision device will take the decision in favor of 1. If it is negative, then decision device will take the decision in favor of 0. As simple as that. Now we'll see how this integration in terms of expression, because we are very much interested in writing down the expression of the signal. So we'll see how we can write it in terms of expression. Okay. How this integration takes place in the terms of expression. So what is there? Sorry. Okay, what is there? We have to multiply BPSK signal. And what is your input BPSK signal? Input BPSK signal is B of t. B of t A cos of omega ct plus phi. This is your input BPSK signal, and you have to multiply with first with carrier. So what is the carrier generated at the receiver side? Just neglecting the amplitude, we can write it as cos of omega ct. So it is multiplied by this before giving it to integrator. So this will be cos of omega ct plus phi. So cos of omega ct multiplied by cos of omega ct plus phi means cos of omega ct plus phi multiplied by cos of omega ct plus phi. This term will be cos square. So what will be the input to the integrator? It will be b of t A cos square omega ct plus phi. So that will be the signal when we multiplied your BPSK signal with your carrier regenerated at the receiver side, and then we'll integrate this signal for an interval 0 to TB. 0 to TB with respect to time. Okay, dt, right? So if we integrate this signal, the integration goes like this. This cos square of omega ct, again using this trigonometry, 1 plus cos of 2 theta by 2. Cos square theta is equal to 1 plus cos 2 theta upon 2. This cos square theta is written as 1 half, or we can say 1 plus cos of twice omega ct plus phi by 2, that just we have seen when we are getting the carrier regeneration term, and then it is written like this, and then two terms comes, that is one half we can separate out and the remaining part, then both are integrated. When both are integrated, this cos of 2 omega ct will become 0 for a given bit interval, as its value is given for the full bit interval 0 to tb, so that value will come to 0. So what will remain is the integration output. If you solve this integration, what will remain is the output remain is only a multiplied by b of t, a multiplied by b of t, as they are constants, they are taken outside the integration, and what remains in the integration is only cos square omega ct plus phi. This cos square omega ct plus phi, using trigonometry, it is first written is 1 plus cos of twice omega ct plus phi upon 2. When we do this integration between 0 to tb, the first, this term will only remain, and this second term will get cancel, because we are integrating it for a full interval, and so this cos of 2 omega ct one half term will get cancelled, and only one half term will remain. So integration of one half will be your just tb, integration of one half will be just your tb. So what will remain at the final output of your integration, it is just an tb value, okay, at the output of integration. So this is an input given to what? Decision device. This input is given to decision device. Now this input, if you see, it is just your b of t. B of t. B of t is what? Polarity. Defining the polarity multiplied by a into tb. A into tb. So it is just a constant DC value. It is just a constant DC voltage. So this DC amplitude, or we can say amplitude of input signal, and if this b of t is positive, the output signal, or this a into b of t tb signal will be positive, and this positive signal is given to the input of decision device, and decision device will take the decision in favor of 1. It will take the favor of 1. If this b of t is negative, then this whole term will be negative, and the decision device will take the decision in favor of logic 0. So that is as simple as that. That is as simple as that. So this is how your BPSK signal is received or demodulated at the receiver side using BPSK demodulator. So what you have to understand in this, first, this BPSK signal is given to carrier regeneration circuit, where the squaring circuit, band pass filter, and divided by 2 network extract the carrier from the BPSK signal. Then the signal is given to demodulator, where the signal is first multiplied with your BPSK. What you have to demodulate? We have to modulate this BPSK signal. So first it is multiplied with the carrier, and then after multiplication under this demodulation, it is given to your integrator, and the integrator output is given to your decision device block. So just we have seen with the help of expression how this decision device will take the decision in favor of logic 1 and 0. So here we understand the working of BPSK receiver as a coherent detection. Okay. So that what we are aimed to just understand the